thank you. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for being here. We've recently were allowed to bring in some limited number of people here. But welcome to Essential Repertoire. This is concert number 10 and actually the last of the season. Don't worry, we'll be back in July. But today we have a very special guest, clarinetist Stanislav Golovin, and he'll tell us all about what you just heard and also what we're going to be playing tonight. So my name is Yuta Sugano. Here's Stanislav Golovin.
Good evening, everyone. So happy to see you here, and thank you to Dr. Sugano for inviting me to this wonderful concert. So we're very much looking forward to performing for you. When Yuta and I were discussing which repertoire we should play for the special concert, we kind of went through some of the newer stuff, some of the pieces that we already played before, and we kind of found this theme of this music and the Jewish culture that influenced some of the compositions that were written for clarinet and piano. And today we will be playing pieces that were either written by Jewish composers or pieces that were influenced by Jewish culture and klezmer. And some of you probably already heard the term klezmer. So the first composition that we played for you, it was written by Israeli composer Paul Ben Chaim. And so it had three different songs. So the title of the compositions is Songs Without Words. So just a few words about the composer and the piece that we just played for you. So Paul Frankenberger was born in Munich, so that was his original last name. He was born in Germany in 1897, and later he changed his name to Paul Ben Chaim as we know him now. He also started his musical career as a conductor, and he was an assistant conductor to Bruno Walter and Hans Knappersbruch. Later, he became the music director in Augsburg. And with the rapid growth of anti-Semitism in Europe in 1930s, he decided to move to Palestine, which was under the British mandate at the time. After the State of Israel was established in 1948, he decided to take more of a name that would sound more biblical, more Israeli, so he decided to change to Ben Chaim. And just a few words about the piece itself. The piece that we just played, the three songs without the words, it's one of the most famous compositions that Paul Ben Chaim wrote, and it was originally written for voice and piano. So maybe some of you already heard it on a voice instead of the clarinet. And it was also transcribed for violin, viola, cello, flute, oboe, clarinet, bassoon, tenor, alto saxophones. And he named this set of songs as a tone picture of an oriental mood. The titles of the songs are Arioso, Ballad, and Sephardic Melody. In the first movement, Arioso, Ben Chaim portrays beautiful landscapes of Judea. And some of the prominent key of the first movement was an A minor. And you heard a lot of beautiful melodies there, and the clarinet and the piano have kind of, equal roles. Also, piano at a lot of the times accompany clarinet quite a bit. So clarinet plays this, in a higher tessitura, so you have very nice conversations between the instruments. The second one, the ballad, is significantly different from the slow one. There are a lot of repetitions there. It goes much quicker, and he kind of plays with the tempo as well. As you heard, it started a little bit faster, then it was slower, a lot of ritenutos, and then he went into a faster mode. And similar to the first, we went to the last movement of the 3 songs without words, and it also had a lot of this more of a rhapsodic feel to it, and more of a lot of colors in the piano that help the clarinet to really sing out. And composer, beautifully portrayed these beautiful landscapes and beautiful landscapes of Judea. So that was the first piece. The second piece that I'll be playing, and this is for a solo clarinet, called Diamond Street by Kimmo Hakola, who is a Finnish composer. And the piece was written in 1998. And in the preface of this particular work, composer, really wonderfully described this piece and what influenced him when he was visiting Belgium. So I'll just read the preface that the composer wrote for this particular composition. One evening while visiting Antwerp in November 1998, I was enchanted by a vista that could have been straight out of a fairy tale. Spread before me in the dusk, in between the buildings, was a scene flooded with a strange radiant light. I had come to the street lined endlessly with the city's famous diamond shop. The experience remained in my thoughts to such an extent that my previous sketches and plans for the solo clarinet piece I was working on changed. While music upon Antwerp and the clarinet, I began to see a more and more vivid picture in my mind's eye of a lonely Jew dressed in black playing the clarinet as he wanders slowly down the diamond street. He does not react to what is going around him. The passers-by or the people just standing there. Instead, he just pours out his heartache, longing and joy by the light of the stones that are forever. So this wonderful work that also has a lot of klezmer modes and some of the extended techniques, such as bending of the pitch, a lot of ornamentations, glissandos, very wide range of dynamics, and those extended techniques you also will hear in our final piece that we'll be playing for you. So this is a Diamond Street by Kimmo Hakola.
Thank you, Stas. So to give him a little rest, we'd like to move on to some American composers' music, Gershwin and Bernstein. Stas is gonna tell us about Bernstein Clarinet Sonata, but I wanted to talk to you about Gershwin. Well, we don't really need explanation for Gershwin's music, American in Paris, Porgy and Bess, Rhapsody in Blue. But just wanted to say that Stas and I, we came to this great country in our teenage years, and since then we've been playing together, and we love playing American music too. So we wanted to present to you some music by American composers. About preludes, I'm going to play just a little tune, Prelude Number 2 by George Gershwin. He wrote 3 preludes. I'm going to be playing number 2. Just a little side note, you know, we have American in Paris by George Gershwin. We have Englishmen in New York by Police, right? So I'm thinking about writing A Japanese Man in Detroit. Stay tuned. So here's Prelude Number 2 by George Gershwin.
right. So the next piece that we'll be performing for you, it's a sonata for clarinet and piano that was written by Leonard Bernstein between 1941 and 1942. And it was actually first published work that Bernstein wrote, so it has that significance. It was dedicated to clarinetist David Oppenheim, whom Bernstein met while they're both students at Tanglewood, and where he worked with Sergei Kusevetsky between the summers of 1940 and 1941. The piece is quite unusual. It only has 2 movements for a sonata, and we usually tend to expect for sonata to be at least 3 movements, and sometimes 4 movements. And this one, it's only 2 movements. And in this particular composition, you can hear quite a lot of influence of Paul Hindemith, because he was actually a composer in residence in Tanglewood when Bernstein was a student. So you definitely hear the influence of Paul Hindemith. Also, Bernstein was a great friend of Aaron Copland, who wrote wonderful compositions for clarinet, including his clarinet concerto, which is one of the most beautiful masterworks that was written for our instrument. And a lot of this harmonic language that we hear in Bernstein, in a very early Bernstein, you hear quite a bit of Copland there. All these open intervals, wonderful interactions between the clarinet and piano, lots of open intervals of perfect fourths, perfect fifths, octaves, all the technique that Copland used widely in his compositions. The premiere of the piece took place at the Institute of Modern Art in Boston, and David Glatzer was the clarinetist, and 23-year-old Bernstein was on the piano. The first time when they played the piece, the reception was not that great because it was a little bit unusual with the number of the movements, with some of the harmonies. I think just the public wasn't perhaps ready for composition of such sort. But over the years, it became one of the most standard pieces for clarinet and piano, and it is being widely performed throughout the world. So this is the Leonard Bernstein's Clarinet Sonata.
Bernstein's Clarinet Sonata. We like to play for you a little tune by Gershwin again, Summertime, and I don't think we need an explanation for that. One of the most famous and popular songs by Gershwin. And before we finish the program, I wanted to say thank you for coming tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in again. We'll be back in July. Essential Repertoire will be back in July, but we have a Jazz Cafe next week featuring Cliff Monier and his trio, Rodney Whitaker and Sean Dobbins. And there's been a program change. Kelly Broadway will be back probably summer or fall, but next week Jazz Cafe will be Cliff Monier Trio. Thank you to Tim Hoy, Steinway Gallery of Detroit, and Cliff for spending hours every time we do this, setting up the venue, and Hannah France for putting the programs up. And yeah, so here is Summertime by Gershwin.
Again, thank you so much for, oh, sorry. This is better. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Yuta, for inviting me. And it's been a wonderful experience. This is the first live performance that I've done since last March. Because of COVID, everything was canceled. Many engagements for all of us. And so I'm very much excited that this was a really strong start to a new, hopefully, much better year for all of us. And this performance I also would like to dedicate to my almost all my family that lives in Israel. And we all know that it's really challenging times in the region, and I hope that there will be peace and between two nations, and nothing like music can unite people. So I want to dedicate the concert to my friends, family, to all of you. And the last piece that we'll be playing today, titled Shalom Aleichem, Rav Feidman, which means peace be upon you, Mr. Feidman. And this composition was written in 1994 by Hungarian clarinetist Bela Kovacs, who is a great virtuoso clarinetist. And he wrote actually a series of homages, dedications to number of composers such as Khachaturian, Debussy, Weber, Strauss, Paganini, and others. So in each of those homages, dedications, he tries to portray the musical writing of the composer that he's dedicating the piece to. So in this particular one, the Rolf Feidman is a very famous, perhaps the most famous klezmer clarinetist. So this piece that we're about to play is very klezmer sounding, very klezmer sounding. So, you know, if some of you have been to Jewish weddings or bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and you probably heard clarinet, it's because it's a leading instrument in a klezmer band. So there's a lot of extended technique that the composer used. Some of them you already heard in the Diamond Street, such as glissandos, pitch bending, and in this one, there are many more, such as growling, also glissandos, a lot of ornamentations, and I hope you enjoy it. So this is our first time playing this piece together, and so again, thank you also very much, and this is Shalom Aleichem, Rolf Feidman by Bela Kovac.
Thank you.